Hello and welcome to episode 44 of Salt Place in the Sea. Let me move my mic just a sec. Sorry, that was just slightly in the wrong spot. This is the first episode that I'm recording after recording GB Rover, and it's the day before the first GB Rover comes out, so I know that you guys have seen two of those already, but I hope you're enjoying them. It's a very fun game. I'm having a great time with it. With that, let's get into the game. First, my trusty notebook. That was probably a little bit too loud, I'm sorry. The Admiralty wants us to go to Khan's Heart. The Gracious Widow has sent us to Visage, which I want to have a flare before I visit Visage, I think. The Navigator wants us to go to the Chapel of Lights. The Merchant Venturer wants either 7 outlandish artifacts or 7 parabola linen, I think is what this means. Yes. The Naker's Outcast wants to go to Wither. Maybe's Daughter could go to Wither. The Isle of Cats, Iram, the Chelanate, Cave Town, Port Carnelian, or Naples. And the Spies in Khan's Heart need Prisoner's Honey. Let me take a quick look at my map. So Khan's Heart down there. The two that I'm seeing multiples of are Khan's Heart and Wither, which is not a great combo. I guess I could do, I need to explore the southern coast, so we could just go, south to Jomo Island, across, maybe all the way out to the Melting Islands, south and back, which I should, my hold is full, isn't it? Okay, yeah, we'll do that. I thought I had more crew than that. Let me get one more crew before I go. Oh, okay, that's fine too. Alright. Let's get going. Since last time I recorded, it's been a bit. The buckwheat harvest is going still. Mostly it's really hot and really humid, and nobody in this house likes going outside, so we put off the buckwheat harvest for a very long time, but it's happened, it's harvested, it's inside. I am trying so hard to convince my parents. I live with my parents. I don't remember if I've mentioned that before. I'm trying so hard to convince them to just let it dry so we can thresh it normally, but my mom is insistent upon picking all of the buckwheat groats off by hand, and it looks so exhausting. So exhausting. But she's doing it, and man is she doing it. So that's how that's going. Okay, we're at Quaker's Haven. Once, this simple fishing village was part of the London suburbs before London fell and the waters rushed in. Smoke spirals from cottage chimneys. A lonely hill rises behind town. Let's visit the hilltop above town. This seems fun. There's not much wind on the Untersee, but Mutton Island suffers eerie gusts and buffets from an inexplicably local fragment of weather, and the air on the hilltop sometimes carries interesting scents. Toasting the wind. You stand on a cliff top looking over the little village. Smoke from the chimney of the Cock and Magpie drifts straight upwards. As you watch, the smoke tilts. The sudden wind thins it to a pencil smudge, then nothing. The wind screams unexpectedly like a god cut in half. What a noise. It must be the caves around the island channeling the air. At least, that's the most comforting explanation. Below you, the locals each take nips from a shared flask and make a toast towards the mainland. The wind is a southerly. Got some fragments and some terror. Let's get this port report. They sail the Z around, chat to the fishermen. They sail the Z around the island. They mend their nets by the harbor. They see all that happens here, but you'll need coin to open their mouths. Little ships and little secrets. Pirates plying the waves. Smugglers at their work. Connate ships putting into resupply. Nothing dramatic, but enough to interest the Admiralty. I don't think there's anything else here that I want to do. Yeah. Okay, off we go. Given how close to running out of fuel I've been on the last few expeditions, I'm once again going around with my lights off. Oh yeah, I need to go south to actually get to Demo Island. Right. Demo Island, a fervid forest of fungus. I&M has a I&M has a funder operation here, felling giant Beliga shrooms for building materials, harvesting Kirali for its medicinal properties. It's a desperate little outpost of something like civilization. Up puffs the affable Factor. Oh, hello, Captain. Thank God for visitors. We'd go quite mad out here otherwise. Ha ha ha. Quite mad. How can we be of assistance? I'm going to explore Demo Island. Close, crowded thickets of Beligas and Skirali. The Iron and Misery Company fells them daily, but they grow back almost as fast. Rat Corsairs. Ah, the gully, the ambusher's favorite terrain feature. It looked like such a short and easy way, but now a sudden flood of black and white fur confronts you, a starving torrent of Veratus Faber Corsairs. Their chief addresses you in a piping, unhuman voice. Easy there, me giants. We are in dire need here. Lend us help, and we'll pay for it. No need to fight. But you notice his rat hand is on the hilt of his rat cutlass. So we can maybe give them what they want, which is 3 supplies, which we probably have to spare, or we can refuse the trade. Don't have a wretched Mog. I'm going to give them what they want. I do really like the rats. They're only rats, but there are a lot of rats, and they have what looks like a rattling gun, and they'll exchange drowning pearls for supply to repair and restock. Sure, I'll take some drowning pearls. A wary exchange. You're not bad for a door filler. Not bad at all. A pleasure doing business. Should you ever find yourself beneath the floorboards of Khan's glory, look me up. Calm seas. 5 drowning pearls is pretty good. I don't have any prisoner's honey, do I? Did I buy some prisoner's honey? Okay, I do have prisoner's honey. Cool. Glad I remembered that at the end of last recording session. Once again, I think I'm gonna go north of Pigmode Isle just to explore more, and because I'm pretty sure I'm not allowed back still. Which, fair enough. I did go, yes, I will set you up specifically to do a coup. That's a pretty dick move, all things considered. Ooh, hi. Come on. Getting better at fights. I mean, that barely even tried to fight me back, so. Death of an angler. The shell is shattered. The glowing Elysiae lie silent. I'm going to butcher it for supplies, and occasionally other oddities. One supplies in an unprepossessing mass. There is probably something horrible inside, but possibly there is not. I'm going to go with suitable for smoking. You can probably preserve this to eat at your leisure. Edible once roasted into submission. It will serve, but the smoke brings a kind of horror, a waking dream, a kinesthetic sense of vast things coiling and crushing lightless black. Great. That's totally fine and normal. Absolutely what I expect from my food. Speaking of food, ran my hand into glass. Speaking of food, exciting developments. This is something I've not talked about with this at all, but I am an anarchist, and I have been working on working with a group called Food Not Bombs, which does there's kind of a long trail of logic to it. It's an anti-war thing that also highlights food justice. And the idea is that you sort of pick up, like, food that would otherwise go to waste, and deliver it to, you know, people who could eat it for free. And I have been working with the local Food Not Bombs group, which was not providing food when I arrived here, but through my effort and the effort of a few more people, we had our first food delivery yesterday, and it was very exciting. Only had a couple of people show up, but we didn't do any advertising for it or anything, so honestly, having a couple of people show up was very cool. And I won't be available to participate with it next week, but I will in the future, and I am so excited about it. Also, like, I took some of the food that we got because it's really nice produce. It was very exciting. Okay, Khan's Heart, London's rival. Khan's Heart, London's rival. An oasis of light in the salt-black wastes. Canals thread the painted city. Street lamps glow and water taxis putter. I'm going to start with fulfilling my spies' needs. They wanted something. Prisoner's honey. Khan's Heart is a darkly gleaming miracle of a city, but it's no paradise. Someone is looking for paradise. A peerless taste. Your Kaganian dupe knows the taste of honey now. They know what it is like to walk in dream palaces and rapture gardens. They'll never be free of you. Horrible. Let's look again. Find out what our spies need. They want another diplomatic agent. Okay. There's people doing things right outside my door, so sorry if you hear them. Let's find the contact. The Khanate is wary of Imperial spies. Go very carefully. You have half the directions you need. The other should be at a dead drop on the docks. A tough challenge, 36% chance of success. Oof. Hurry on by. You find the address, but the street outside is thronged with white and gold uniforms. Loiter on the corner. There, two hard-faced men in no uniform but their own authority are directing operations. Their white uniformed henchmen manhandle an unconscious body into a waiting boat. Your contact. Back to your ship. Quickly. Bad. Ooh, two Kagani in suspicion. Okay. Let's wander Khan's heart. Okay. The lights just flashed and I heard a little droop noise, so I wasn't sure if something had stopped recording. Okay. Wander Khan's heart. Foreigners are restricted to the Copper Quarter, but as long as you don't try to cross the bridges, you can explore in reasonable safety. A quiet street. A narrow street opens on your left. The filament bulbs here are green-tinted, and the street is unusually dim, like the space between a thick forest canopy. 10 steps in, and the noise of crowds on the canal side is oddly hushed. A candlelit shop. Yes, finally. Okay. A quiet street washed with serpent green light from bulbs overhead. The houses here are dark, empty seeming. Paint peels and bats chitter. A single shop, however, is open. Its windows glow with candlelight. The shopkeeper is a tall woman with pale eyes, not a local, but not a Londoner either. She blows the dust off a beige box and smiles toothily at you. This, by the way, I think, is, there's a thing that's like a very complicated folded paper that's like, it's called 100 pockets. That's what bai is Mandarin. I don't speak that much Mandarin, but bai, Mandarin word for 100, is a little thing. I think, maybe. So a baizi box is like a piece of 100 pockets of like, they get smaller and smaller and smaller as they go, so you can hold from like big pieces of paper to just like little like a little button pocket. Anyways, neat. That's buys it, not buys. Purchase a pot of violent ink. Good for diaries if you have something to confess. A watchful shimmer. The pot is tightly sealed. The glass is cool to the touch. When you grasp it, soft light spills between your fingers. Your skin tingles as if from too much sun. Finally, I have redeemed myself from being very silly. I have a pot of violent ink. I'm going to check really quickly because I know that I did fulfill... Okay, good. It was the apocyan that I fulfilled. Cool. I was thinking while I was doing that I knew that I had fulfilled something in a place that I wasn't expecting it, and it would be really funny it was violent, but it wasn't, so it's fine. I'm going to, before I gather a port report, I don't remember what all those drowning pearls will do for me in Khan's Glory, so I'm gonna head up there really quickly and then come back. Okay, a place of stately isolation. Here are the palaces of the Khan and his court, each a fortress to itself. Sleek lords and ladies in belted robes breakfast on balconies. An unlikely antelope peeks at you from a park. Guns rotate easily on motorized gimbals. So let's start with... Okay. Let's offer a gift to the Taimen. This clan is named for a sizable and ferocious fish of the surface. They have a fondness for drowning pearls, for some secret clan ritual. Okay. An offering accepted. In the yellow chamber by the palace entrance, a masked functionary scrutinizes the pearls. Yes, she says. Even through the mask, she does not meet your eyes. She rises, turns, and leaves. Okay, so that only got me one, so I still can't do anything. That's fine. Okay. Back to getting port report. Just real quick. Gather a port report. The Khanate generally assumes that all foreigners are spies or worse. It would be a shame to disappoint them, but it might be dangerous to prove them right. Chansey challenge, 50% chance. Okay. Damn. I'm only gonna try that once. I'm gonna go out to the Melting Isles and then come back. I couldn't remember what was there, whether it was the Nopmedit or the Melting Isles, and it's not that interesting to me to run by the prison one more time, but the Melting Isles are interesting enough that they're worth it. Oh, and I should check out Khan's Shadow. I'll leave my lights off. Oh, to south. Khan's Shadow, the city that swam. Long ago, the Khanate turned its back on its warrior traditions. It has no place for pirates and would-be nomads, so here, in the shadow, the exiles make their home amid 100 wrecked, grounded, decommissioned ships. Compile a port report, so many malcontents, so little time. Closely written notes. Conniving, debauching, speechifying, drinking, singing, speeching, poeting. Now and then, a drunken duel. Very occasionally, a savage ritual murder. I could buy some fuel here. I will buy 10 fuel. So that I'm definitely fine. Wait. I kind of want to, now that I'm thinking about it and I have a bunch of fuel, I kind of want to try and find Estival, and at that point I might as well have a mirror box. Okay, let's buy an empty mirror catch box and then fill up on fuel. I forgot to ask my friend about if that's a Dutch word. It's so funny, the things that trigger memories. Yep. Okay. Mangrove College. The wise and the wicked seek sanctuary here, where the fruits are plenty and the woods wild. A steaming sprawl of parasynthetic vegetation, and a village. Barely a village. Old walls, roofs in disrepair, stilts leaning dangerously. It looks to have been assembled by drunks in a hurry. Dock carefully. Okay, so I have one space of fuel, one space of hold. I'm going to first eat, drink, be merry. I think this will just kick my hunger down to 0. The philosophers of the college are not hospitable, but this whole shoreline is bursting with fruit and edible fungus. Reach up and it falls into your hand. Pick it up and it's already fermented. Yep. An explosion of tastes. Tart morels and morel tart, the salty tang of seaweed stew, a crawling berry that the locals assure you is a motile plant, not an insect. Eat your fill and drink contemplatively. Let's get a port report. Sages, scholars, philosophers, naturalists, poets, dreamers, here to pursue their rarefied ideals in a land of muddy fecundity. All shall be well. The thinkers of the Mangrove College continue their untroubled and sedentary existence. New schools of philosophy are born and die like bubbles. Extraordinary poetries are written in water. The occasional retired pirate tries and fails to get invited to salons. Okay, I'm not going to pick up any passengers because my hold is full. I'll check shops really quickly. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Let's get out of here. Look for Estival. Really funny to leave a port because my hold is full and then immediately get a space. Oh, nightmares. No. Restless nights. In the watches of the night, you pad softly past the hatch to the crew quarters. A man cries out softly in his sleep. Desperately. Another. My terror is enough that I'm going to just inquire about their dreams. Eyes and a face. I'm not going to read this again. I couldn't remember how much terror I gained from that, but I did get some fragments, so it's fine. Okay, so this is the Empire of Hands, which I will at least pay a quick visit to. I don't remember which direction I go from here, though. Oh, there we go. Okay. You don't see me. A stern reminder from the Admiralty. In the name and by the power of Her Enduring Majesty, a trade embargo and quarantine in absolute perpetuity has hereby been declared on the Empire of Hands. No ship of London is to permit aboard a Pentecost ape without express and prior permission of the Admiralty. Any and all acts of spirifage are prohibited. They know what they did. Beware of stowaways. Keep a tight grip on your soul. Excerpt from Standard Naval Regulations, Volume 4. Pretty sure that's 4. It's either 4 or 6. I think it's 4. The flea-ridden mayor. With the regulations in mind, it is a surprise to be greeted by a mere itchy monkey in a tattered yellow robe, barely walking with the help of a ceremonial staff. An official greeting. "Hello," cries the mayor, in the broken voice of one not yet used to human speech. "Come, make selves at home. All souls welcome in bountiful Empire of Hands." The crew shifts uncomfortably. they know the stories. It will take more than the natural beauty of this place to make most of them risk shore leave here. I'm gonna just do this port really quickly. You know what? So I don't personally find the Empire of Hands very interesting, so I'm just going to not do this. And also I need to end the episode here. So thank you very much for listening to this, the 44th episode of Salt Plays Sunless Sea. Talk to you later. Goodbye.